Okay, welcome back YouTube. Today we're going to be doing Rotwick campaign mode on veteran difficulty. We have our Gerald Lightseeker as always, and for the upgrades we have all the upgrades maxed out. Alright, here we go. We're going to bring Geralt right up here in this center area. I'm going to put a Dwarven Bomb level 3, so artillery level 3. And I'm actually going to leave just the artillery level 3 because we're going to try to rush the Tesla Quill as fast as possible. And we could put points into archer towers, but we don't need to yet. So let's just keep Geralt here and artillery tower here. Alright, here we go. Feel free to plop your reinforcement down immediately so they can start chipping away at these skeletal knights. Get a couple chucks of their spears before they actually start stalling them out. Same thing down here. We're going to keep Geralt in this area. Ideally, we can afford the Tesla Quill faster if we don't purchase some archer towers ahead of time. We're going to put another artillery tower here, archer tower here, and archer tower here eventually. But for starters, we're just going to rush the Tesla Quill. If you build right, this level is actually very easy. Let's go ahead and drop a rain of fire as everything starts to clump up. Then we'll drop a reinforcement here and call the Wyvern early. Look at that, our rain of fire is basically back up. We still can't quite afford the Tesla Quill, but we almost got it. Just keep putting your reinforcements down next to Geralt. Okay, and about halfway through wave 2, we should be able to afford our Tesla Quill. Drop another rain of fire. There we go. Now we can afford it. We're going to rush the overcharge upgrade on the Tesla Quill. And then we'll level up the supercharged bolt. Kind of slow early because these zombies walk at a snail's pace, so they don't get to the killing zone very fast. Okay, got our first upgrade on overcharge, and we'll go ahead and call in the wave early again. Start seeing the rats. The giant rats will appear. Another point into overcharge. Keep putting your reinforcements in the back, that way Geralt can tank and our reinforcements can get some spear throws in. And final point into overcharge, we'll go ahead and get the supercharged bolt next. Yeah, just keep being efficient with your reinforcements. As soon as that comes off cooldown, place another one right about here, just somewhere behind Geralt. Ideally, they throw as many spears as possible and don't actually tank. It's kind of Geralt's job. We got our first point into supercharge. I'm going to call the Wyvern again. And the reason why we got the Tesla field early on is that way the skeletons, as they spawn, they get zapped. And we don't have to have a barracks in the back here, which isn't very efficient. Okay, now that we got our final point of the upgrade, we'll go ahead and put an artillery tower right up here. We're going to get this to a big Bertha. And I'm I'm gonna go ahead and drop a as those skeletal knights kind of converge. I'm gonna drop a rain of fire and get another point into artillery. I keep debating on the best format for these Kingdom Rush videos. I'm not speeding this game up, so it is going to run at normal speed. And I'm just going to do commentary without any kind of background music. I think that seems to be the most effective way. So you can see these zombies, they do walk painfully slow sometimes. And I apologize if some of this video is a little bit slow, because you might be used to my previous videos where everything is sped up a little bit. But I wanted to show you guys the full Kingdom Rush experience. Give it to you raw, so to speak. Live commentary, minimal editing. I will maybe fix up some of the audio a little bit, but overall pretty simple. So by wave 5 we have a level 3 artillery and a fully maxed out Tesla coil. We're going to get a big Bertha as soon as we can afford it. And we'll get one more reinforcement drop before we call on the wave. I'm not going to drop the rain of fire. There's no need for that. Look at that massive splattering here. How these guys are getting thinned out real quick. Alright. A big Bertha going into wave 6. And we're going to get the cluster launcher maxed out next. As soon as we can afford it. There we go. Okay, cluster launcher is maxed out. We're going to build 2 more towers. Our archer tower is going to be here. And then I'm going to call on the wave, drop another reinforcement, and then put a barrack tower with a rally point as close to Geralt as we can get it right here. And I'm going to start upgrading our archer tower. Got a level 3 archer tower on wave 7. You could just max the archer tower before you get a barrack tower, but I feel like the archer towers, or even the level 1 barracks, provide some stalling. Plus it gets buffed by our hero, so we want to take advantage of his hero ability as much as we can. But our first upgrade is going to be this musketeer garrison. Call the wave in there. And then we're going to get another point into the barracks. Another point, so we're at level 3 on wave 8. I love those cluster bombs, such a cool animation. And we're going to get a barbarian hall as soon as we can afford it. Right there. Alright, so the barbarian, we want more axes, and we want whirlwind attack first, then we'll get the throwing axes later. For the musketeer, we will get everything maxed out eventually. I think what we really want first is the more axe option for the Barbarian Tower. It's going to be quite useful. Throwing axes not so much because they don't get a lot of opportunities to actually throw the axes. There's usually not a lot of, like maybe they get 1 or 2 throws before the rats and things kind of close the distance. So I think it's better to get the axe upgrade and the whirlwind attack first. And the reason why I think the Barbarian are better here is because you're up against very squishy enemies, particularly the skeletons and the zombies. So it's better just to kill them, and it's not like they do a ton of damage to your characters, so you can kind of just, the Barbarians will survive for a fairly long time. The only thing that really kills them is going to be the rats that come out later, but that's okay. We have enough damage. We just want to kill things fast. Okay, so these guys are fully upgraded. We don't have throwing axes yet, but that's okay. But now we're going to go into the shrapnel and the sniper shots. Call the wave in. I think we're starting with the shrapnel. Now here are the rats. These are the most dangerous enemies. They're somewhat tanky. Well, they have a little bit of tankiness to them. 540 health at low armor. And they do a lot of poison damage against your heroes and anything, any kind of character on the field. So, get a sniper shot here. Otherwise, they are fairly squishy. They die to the artillery and things quick. Get another point sniper shot. Call the wave in, more reinforcements. These guys are just getting destroyed, nice and clean there. Look at that range. We lost our Geralt, unfortunately. I think normally I would drop Arena Fire there, but I decided not to, just to see if we could survive without it. And it turns out we can. Now let's go ahead and get our shrapnel maxed out. Before we start building a couple more towers. I'm actually not going to mess with the throwing axes right now. So I'm going to go finish off shrapnel, and then I'm going to build some archer towers. Okay, there's a final point in the shrapnel. Put an archer tower right here. Maybe we'll drop Arena Fire. I don't think that was necessary. Oh well. So, get a max out archer tower right here. Undead characters, it's worth noting, cannot be poisoned by the ranger tower. So I will not be maxing poison quickly here. I'm just going to get the ranger hideout. And I'm going to put another one down here. We get the level 4 archer towers before we put a lot of points into upgrades. This is going to be the only musketeer tower we need. Okay, and then up here we'll do the same thing. Ranger tower as soon as possible. There we go, and then we'll build one more ranger tower over here. Calling that wave. We're already on wave 13, so we only have... We're going by pretty fast here. This wave and then 2 more waves. We will be done. But the zombies cannot be poisoned, neither can the skeletal knights or the skeletons. So putting a lot of points into poison, like right now, would be completely useless because these guys cannot take any poison damage. It is good against, it's great against the wargs, and it's great against the were-rats and the giant rats, but I just don't think it's worth rushing because there are so many or undead enemies that cannot be poisoned. So I think it's better just to get the ranger hideout maxed out, or get the ranger hideouts on the board first before messing around with the upgrades. So now that we have the ranger hideouts on the board, we'll go ahead and get the points into the Wrath of the Forest. Starting with this one because it's closest to our artillery. We may drop a nice rain of fire as these knights start to clump up in the center. We'll see. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea because these guys all have a little bit of armor, so maybe right about here would be a good spot. The Wrath of the Forest. We'll call on the wave really early. Almost a complete reset on our Rain of Fire. So that is Wrath of the Forest is maxed out here. And we're going to max one out here as well. See that Wrath of the Forest is quite useful at stalling for our artillery. Okay, so at this point we have all the towers and we have most of the upgrades. We're not going to mess around with the missiles. I don't think that's very good here because it's only a single target. So we can go ahead and just get our poisons. We will do a little bit of chip on these were-rats, which is nice. We can go ahead and start putting points into poison. And I think that's all the upgrades we're going to do for the rest of the game. We got 2 more. This is the second to last wave already, so we're wrapping up this game pretty quickly. Again, it's a very straightforward level as long as you build in the correct order. There aren't really too many tight sections, so it's very clean. This is our... In the center here, we just get absolutely... Turns into an absolute killing floor with all the zombies and things dead. Okay. So bottom poisons are maxed out. Let's go over here and do the same thing. Really early wave to call in. And we're about done. So we can survive this final wave here. Any extra gold, I guess we'll just get Wrath of the Forest on this bottom section. Not really much else to do. Maybe we can drop a good Rain of Fire as all the were-rats start to converge right about here. This tower should finish out these guys. Maybe we can help them out a little bit with the reinforcements. There we go. Okay, Wrath of the Forest. Pretty much upgraded. And I think that is GG. Oh, nope, we got one more little round here. Maybe we'll get the throwing axe upgrade as well, just for fun. There we go. Maxed out is about as much as we're going to do. And that should be GG. There we go. Pretty easy game. Like I said, as long as you get the build order correct, Tesla Coil right here is absolutely essential to cover these skeleton piles, as well as just do really good area damage against all of the skeletons and the rats and things. You're going to get absolutely zerged down if you don't have enough area coverage. And then I would say go right into the tower, artillery tower up here too. Again, that Big Bertha is really, really good with the cluster bombs. And then just build out your archer towers. Musketeer is great here for the sniper shots and the shrapnel when things start to clump up and make their way to the exit. And then you can get the rest of them with just the rangers, and then one knight tower works. I've tried it both with the Holy Order and the Barbarian. I think the Holy Order is not as strong just because they don't do as much damage. Barbarians can stall long enough, and they just do a lot more damage, so it's better here. Keep putting your reinforcements in the center with Geralt, and yeah, otherwise very easy game. Let's continue. Okay, so we got our nice iron little badge there. Or sorry, veteran badge, I should say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.